Am I the asshole for not selling something to see my parents at Christmas? I never considered posting here before, but I'm actually at my wit's end here. My parents are very much of the opinion that it is a child's duty to come home for Christmas. For context, I moved out shortly after my 18th birthday and live with my partner of 2 years, 25, in another, neighboring, country to my parents. We did all sorts of math, and figured out that to see just my parents for a week would cost us over $2,000, and to see both sets of our parents would cost $3,000. We just moved across the country and started new jobs, so we do not have that kind of money to spare this year, and decided to stay at our home. When I called my mother to tell her, she hung up on me and we didn't speak for 3 weeks. She told me that I was selfish and that people who choose money over their family regret it. When I asked if they could come here as they have multiple cars, and we don't have one, and we have pets that we can't take, while their dog travels well, and they can afford an Airbnb, she just said, "No, that doesn't work for us. We want to be in our home for Christmas." I said, "Okay, I understand, but I hope you understand we can't afford it." My father then called yesterday to say that he thought I was lying. He said, "If you're really evil enough, that you're putting money over your family, I don't know what to do, but I told your mother you're probably lying and just going to your partner's parents." And I said, "I'm not lying, we can't afford to go anywhere." He exploded on me. He said if I fucked up my budget I should dip into savings, or sell something that I own to come. He called me evil, for not coming, when he's not coming here either. Honestly, I'm baffled. To me, asking someone else to sell something that they own for money to come to your house is unhinged. Especially when my partner and I offered to host and sleep on the couch so they could have our bed. And especially when if they really wanted us there it would be no financial stress to pay for us to get there either. Of course, I never asked for that, but they are paying for my younger brother's airfare with the excuse that he is still in school. He's getting his bachelor's. I just finished mine and got admitted to an M.Sc, so I'm about to be a student again too. But he's the golden child, so that's not surprising. The question is, am I the asshole for not moving heaven and earth, selling something that I own or dipping into long-term savings for my tuition, in order to be at my parents' house for Christmas, when they won't come here or help financially like they are helping my brother? Am I the asshole for getting my brother arrested? Okay, so I'm female 20 and I have a twin brother who was always the golden child. A little background, on Christmas, he would get the latest iPhone, a PlayStation or an Xbox, just things like that. And I would get books, underwear, just really the essentials, things like this. This led my brother to believe that he was better than everyone else. He would random people's windows and then just go crying to my parents. I don't hate him because he's the favorite. The problem is, he just thinks he's better than everyone. This story started while ago. I had inherited a very nice house from my late grandma. It really upset him that I got the house, and he would always complain to my parents. I didn't use the house much because I was at college, and the house is quite far away, my parents' house, which is where the college is located. So because I wouldn't be there, I installed a security system. Last week the security system went off, so I called the police. They told me there was a guy trying to steal my late grandma items and money that was in a safe. I didn't think much of it because the state that I live in has a very high crime rate. About 1 hour after getting the call from the police, my dad called me screaming about how I got my brother arrested. I was a bit confused when he first started, but then I realized the person in my house was my brother. Later, I decided to press charges on my brother. Everyone in the family, but my aunt, is blowing up my phone about how much of an asshole I am, and saying I should drop the charges. However, me and my aunt both agree that he deserves to be arrested for breaking into my house. So am I the asshole for getting my brother arrested?
Am I the asshole for sending him a bill for $1,000 after him and his kid ate all our food? I've been seeing Jack for 2 years now, but we live separately due to the kids and just wanting to make sure this is a 100% all-in before uprooting them. I have 2 sons, 13-year twins, and 1 daughter, 11. He has 1 daughter, 13. We do weekend stays together twice a month so far, and there's never been any major issues, honestly. The girls have gotten into a few petty arguments, but other than that, no big problems. I spend around $1,000 a month in food, and that covers me and my kids, Jack and his daughter, for the 2 visits a month. I do a lot of meal prep and couponing. Last month, my mother asked me and my kids to go to her place in Louisiana to help her move out of her home and into a 50-plus community. It made me feel more comfortable to have my house occupied in my absence to keep the dehumidifiers and everything running. Huge moisture issues, and I don't want anything to mold or rust. So I asked Jack if he and his daughter wanted to stay at my place for 2 weeks in our absence to keep everything running smoothly. I gave it a 2-week time frame, but was unsure of how long it would actually take. I knew the drive alone would be 2 days there and 2 days back. He agreed. I did my monthly shop before leaving and spent $1,092. I told them they could have some of my food when we were gone, so maybe this is my fault. But anyways, we got back 2 days ago, 4 days before the 2-week mark, and found my house in ruin, practically. Dirty dishes on the counters and table, dirty clothes throughout the living room and bedrooms, mine and my daughter's, where they slept. I keep my house clean, so this caused a lot of panic on my end. Grew up in a hoarder house, so I take pride in a clean home. But the one thing that truly tipped me over the edge was finding that they went through at least 90% of the food I bought before leaving, in less than 2 weeks. We were left with a single pack of hamburger. All the veggies and a few boxes of pasta jack started scrambling when we entered the home, saying sorry. I was gonna clean before you got back, but I didn't expect you so soon. I just gave a hushed please leave. He and his daughter left. But after giving it some thought, I told him he had to reimburse us the $1,000 worth of food that he and his daughter ate. I told him their intake was absolutely repulsive, that I said he could have some, not eat everything in the house and leave us with nothing. He said that he had allowed his kid to have her friends over, and they are a lot, but he shouldn't have to give me $1,000, given that I told him they could eat the food. That I have more than enough money, true, and he doesn't, also true. I still want to be reimbursed, however. And yes, we split up. Also, this may make me sound bad, but I wouldn't consider him house sitting as doing me any favors. All he has to do was dump out the dehumidifier when it got full. I could have asked my neighbor to do that for $200. He and his daughter live in a small apartment, and coming to my house feels like a vacation to them. Their words, not mine. I have a 2-story home with 6 bedrooms on the beach, with a hot tub, a game room, cable and high-speed internet. They were essentially getting a free vacation, and the only thing they had to do was dump the dehumidifier once a day. I more or less asked for the $1,000 based off principle alone. I don't expect him to give me the money. I left him because after I tried explaining why this was wrong of him, he accused me of throwing my privilege money in his face, knowing he's not as financially stable as me, and making him and his daughter feel bad for doing nothing wrong. I have never thrown money in his face, never asked him for anything, and have paid for everything in the past 2 years because he could not. Helped him with multiple bills, things his daughter needed without question. So, he made me feel stupid and I won't tolerate it. So am I the asshole in this?